He ascended into heaven and is seated at the right hand of God the Father Almighty. We say those words often when we say the Apostles' Creed in our Sunday worship services. Let's spend a couple minutes today thinking about what they mean. Jesus is enthroned in heaven. He sits there and will always be sitting there. His work of saving us from our sins is finished. He's putting down roots in heaven, and he will never leave. What a gift to see someone so perfect, so holy, so wonderful and majestic. Words can hardly describe Jesus' glory in heaven, and yet he gives us his word to describe himself. Are you looking at him today? Our arch enemy, Satan, would love nothing more than to punt Jesus off of his eternal throne and install himself there. But he can't do that. So instead, he takes another tactic. He gets us to stop looking at Jesus and instead look at all kinds of other things. Satan gets us to stare at why we've been hurt and why we've gotten the short end of the stick, why we should be frustrated with anything and lots of other things in life. Satan gets us to stare at money and what it can buy and be consumed with that, or lust and why we should fulfill that innate desire immediately. And then he circles back to ask the quiet, nasty, probing question, are you sure Jesus is really on his throne? What a gift to have the word to set us straight, to always be our guide, our light, and our truth. To know Jesus is ruling on his heavenly throne, now and always. He is ruling in the best interest of believers. He is ruling in a way that as many people as possible will come to know his truth. That he has given up his life so that we could have life after death. That he has washed away anything and everything, a lifetime worth of sinning that would otherwise propose a terrible barrier between you and God. It's knocked down forever. We lift up our eyes to heaven because that's our home too. And we can see ourselves there and anticipate that day when we go there to be with Jesus and rule with him forever. You see, not only does Jesus rule in heaven, he invites us to rule with him. And so we lift our eyes away from the goings-on of this world and fasten them on Jesus, who is seated in heaven, ruling at God's right hand, ruling for our benefit, ruling with his power, ruling with his peace, ruling with his promises. We have such courage and joy and empowerment to share what we know with the world, who is looking at lots of other things that don't last. God be with you today as you think of this wonderful verse from Psalm 123. I lift up my eyes to you who sit enthroned in heaven. What an honor you have today to do exactly that. And put your eyes nowhere else.